What's up, boys and girls, welcome back to a new Alphastar video. Today we're gonna have the Alphastar Zerg squaring off against a Grandmaster Protoss player on Cyber Forest LE. It's one of the replays from the final pack, so the best version of the Alphastar, which in the case of the Zerg still is rather weak, but you know, better have something than nothing. As we see our Grandmaster playing, going for a quick hatchery block. Sending out his probe very quickly. Now he could do this in two ways. He either can build a 13 pylon, then send out the probe after that, or he can send basically one of his first probes that returns minerals straight across the map while just getting a 14 pylon. I'm not quite sure what he did. Alphastar responds with a pool first. This was a 17 pool into gas. And most likely we'll just be going into hatchery afterward. Grandmaster player scouts this and is like, ah, that's cool. I'll just go back to blocking your natural. And that's exactly what he will do. 2 drones? Okay, no. Yeah, 2 drones are coming out, so Alphastar's actually gonna have a hard time getting it down, because usually if you see 2 drones, you just throw down a pylon, and the Zerg still needs to get to their own third base to build that hatchery, as we see happen right here. Alphastar opens with 4 links, so 2 sets of links, starts gas mining, and this is a painful start, honestly, for Alphastar. It's extremely expensive to get pool first and have your hatchery on the natural being blocked. Meanwhile, our Protoss player is having a great time, of course. He's getting his nexus down as soon as possible. We're going into gas and a pylon at 21. So weird timing. Usually get a 22 pylon. You cut a probe for no real reason. Absolutely no clue why anyone would do that. Now, Alphastar either is a bit confused or is like, well, I'm already saturated in my main base, so no need to build more drones. He adds 4 extra links, 6 extra links actually, so I'm not quite sure if this is completely all in, but this is looking like some very heavy pressure at least. First 4 links are making their way across the map. We'll be trying to catch this probe, who is being controlled rather well, honestly. I probably would have lost that once or twice already at this point. First adept will be out in time to deal with everything. Stargate is built in the wall, so you don't have to spend any more money on getting this full wall done. And the adept shade, I mean, sees a lot of links, and we'll just start the chase. It's actually a little bit scary, I would say, for the Grandmaster player to be this far out on the map with the adept against the pool first. You never quite know when the speed will finish. I mean, he absolutely knows everything now. He knows this is an all-in. Should start a battery as well as another chrono boost either on the gate, or you wait until your Stargate finishes and just start chrono boosting your Oracle like a madman. That's exactly what he will be doing. Slightly, actually completely continues his probe production as well, which is cool. Another adept should start up as well the moment he has the money for it. Battery is here, full wall with the pylon, and if there's 2 adepts out already, Oracle on the way, this should do absolutely nothing. We see Alphastar continuing building links, and now that he realizes this is a full wall, he's like, oh, well, perhaps it's not very possible anymore. And let's go back into droning. Protoss player will be very happy with all of this, of course, as he's up, well, basically he's double the amount of workers of his opponent. He has good tech. He's playing against a 2-base Zerg. Well, he's 2-base as well. As Zerg, you always need to be up a base against a Protoss player, ideally. Second Oracle will be chrono boosted out as well, as the Protoss player just continues worker production. We'll be going into 3 gates and continued Oracle production. Wouldn't be surprised to see a 3rd Oracle behind this as well. Then you move out with the first 2 Oracles, and the 3rd one you keep rallied at home. This is a very common move, so you still have some safety at home with the extra Oracle coming in. And you can also start doing some damage on the other side of the map. Perhaps just scouting for a follow-up Baneling bust right now. I would be a little bit afraid of that as well. And he sees the links just basically bumping around the map, doing nothing. And he's like, alright, time to move out. Gets a Zealot warped in. Battery is not in range, but I mean, Alphastar probably would lose maybe 8 or 9 links to kill the Zealot, which is definitely not worth it in his current economic position. And these Oracles did absolutely nothing. Might be able to get a Queen. Yes, 1 Queen for an Oracle is a good trade for the Zerg player. Now a 2nd Oracle arrives, and there's no Queen, so that might actually allow our Grandmaster Protoss player to get some extra drone kills. If he micros this well, we see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 workers have gone down total, and he killed a Queen for 2 Oracles. Is definitely not a good trade. But he also has 3 gates, and he's building a lot of adepts. Alphastar has been bleeding out a couple of links, I believe. Yes, 11 links have gone down. There's still 19 links remaining, but if you just got enough adepts, even without the glaives, you should be able to do some damage here, especially if you find a good position either between the mineral lines or, well, actually just between the mineral lines, perhaps between two gases. Most likely between the mineral lines. You see a shade forward. Links are completely out of position, will be moving back as soon as they can. A single queen here to help out as well. With these links, Oracle comes in, starts targeting down that queen. Not a lot of damage being done so far on the drones, but all the links do seem to be falling. The queen falls as well. How many queens is there total now? Just 2 queens remaining. Usually we see 4 or 5 queens for Zerg players, but Alphastar just keeps losing queens again and again. He's lost 3 already, and he's on 3 queens now, so he should have had 6. Another shade out, and a couple more workers went down. Of course, this kind of damage wouldn't be that big if the Grandmaster player wasn't already in such a good lead after the early game. So after killing all these workers now, like he just basically these were kind of even trades, right? You lose some oracles, you lose some adepts, kill a couple of workers, kill some links. But because he was in such a superior economic position already, he remains in a superior economic position. And we see a transition into, well, this looks like charge. So Templar Archives here, no forge, so most likely just a 44, well, it's 46 workers now, but usually we say 44 as that's the perfect amount of probes that you have, 16 on minerals and 3 in each gas on 2 bases. Then you get the 44 workers. This time he built 2 too many workers. One of course to build the 3rd base, and 1 probe here is chasing one of the others. So he didn't quite notice it. This is going to be really rough to hold for Alphastar, honestly. There is no Roach Warren that I'm aware of. There's a couple of queens, 4, 2 more on the way. More links on the way as well, but with pure Ling against Archon charge, it's always going to be extremely difficult to deal with that. Still an Oracle as well as a Prism for reinforcement. Maybe could even build a Stasis Ward here to really help him in the fight. Wouldn't be surprised if he does that, but yeah, these Archons are just too dangerous to attack into with these links. Queens are falling down as the charge lots do start getting to work on the drones on the 3rd base of Alphastar. And this is just an absolute slaughter in the natural and the 3rd base at the same time. Alphastar tries to pull his drones away, decides no, I'll just use them to fight instead. But drones against Zealots isn't that great, but drones against Archons is absolutely impossible, as we see Alphastar dropping down to 34 supply and 19 workers, and this should be a GG anytime now. So Alphastar not really sure how to deal with that initial hatch block, decides to go for a Ling flood that did absolutely no damage. Just superior play by the Protoss player really, who easily cleans up this game and probably got some nice MMR points for it as well. So, alright, thanks everybody for watching this Alphastar video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like, comment or subscribe, as that does help me a lot. And see you boys tomorrow for a new episode of Road to Rank 1. Bye bye. Wow, look how good these X-Men jersey and jersey hoodies look. You too can get them. They launch tonight. Both jersey and jersey hoodie variants are available. The design is inspired by the classic X-Men suit and it's the first Marvel drop of 2020. Available at tl.gg/X. Get them now.